Hey there, welcome and welcome back to Aunt Isla's channel. Here comes the big question, and this question goes to a lady out there that is just about to make a very big decision in her life. Are you ready for a relationship? Seriously, are you ready for a relationship? I know you've had this question time without number, but this particular lesson is going to have a twist that will save the next heartbreak. Are you ready for this relationship? Or it's just because you feel you're now mature enough, you're in control of your looks, you look pretty. I mean, you can change your appearance anytime, anywhere, anytime, anyhow. Maybe you're even working class, so you have the money to do anything to your looks. All your peers, your colleagues, your comrades, everyone is moving on, as in everyone is getting hooked. Everyone is getting into a relationship. People are getting married. So you really feel, oh yes, it is time you should also go. Those are not enough reasons for you to consider getting into a relationship. By the end of this lesson, you will have a very good percentage of the parameters that you should consider before getting into a relationship. Consider these two scenarios. Scenario one, are you entering into this relationship just for fun? And the other is for keeps. Now, she who is looking at it for fun does not even have to take 5 minutes into this thinking about this relationship. Thinking on how this guy is going to manifest in the next 2 years, in the next 3 years. Is he really caring? Is he loving? Is he suitable? All these are useless questions to her, because she's just peeping in and peeping out. Peeping in and peeping out. She's on her way. She is moving. Whereas you, who's looking at it for keeps, you are looking at it for the long haul. You're looking at the next 10 years with this person. You are looking at your children running around the house with their dad. You're looking at 20 years or a lifetime with this person. So you are very different from the other category of people. Can you please do me a favor? Please subscribe to Aunt Isla's channel. I'll be forever grateful. Thank you. Now, first and foremost, I want to ask, beg, urge, in fact, I'm on my knees. I ask you to debunk the myth that says all men are the same. All men are the same. Whenever I hear this, I just get so sick. Because honestly, you can't say all men are the same. Out there, you can see ladies are getting wedded every time. You see, even this weekend, I'm going for a wedding. This is a wedding that is very beautiful. They've been dating for over 3 years and they are getting married. People are getting married. People are enjoying life. While a small portion, of course, compared to the other that are getting married, it's a small portion. The small portion that have got it rough are blowing trumpets. All men are the same. All men are the same. No, that is a very misleading statement. Can you please do me a favor and debunk that statement? When you are going to meet your newfound love, please camouflage in innocence. Even if you are not, be the innocent girl that you should be. Don't go with that frustration at the back of your mind. All men are the same. All men are the same. You will be looking at this guy in front of you and thinking, oh, now he's also going to behave like the other one. He's also going to behave like the other one. And this changes your mental judgment of this person. Even if the person is really good, you are going to judge him wrong. Just put that kind of statement away from your sight for now. That is my humble advice. Point number 1. When you get into this relationship, please move at your pace. Don't move at this guy's pace. You know, we all have our paces in life. There are people who are fast-paced, there are people who are moderate, and there are people who are slow-paced. All these are good, but you just have to get a good match, a right match. Matching a low-paced person with that one who is hyper is deadly, because one is going to be drugged. You'll feel like you are pulling so hard to make the relationship work. So if you get into this relationship and you notice that this man is so hyper, his pace of life is so hyper, please, that's already a red flag. That relationship will not work. You are just not a good match. He may really be a good person, but you are not a good match. Move at your pace. Don't pretend to move at his pace, because you are not gonna make it. Move at your pace. If he is a person with good intentions, he will notice this thing just can't work. He will leave you alone. If he's a person who has ulterior motives, a person who just wants to get something out of you and take off, for instance, the gigolos, he will hang in there, and you don't have to give him that chance by adjusting to his pace. No. Move at your pace. That will give you time to notice whether this person is a genuine person or he is just here for something and takes off. It will give you time. Move at your own pace. All right. Next. Are you genuinely seeing a future with this person? Or, like I said, it's just loneliness and social pressure? Loneliness and social pressure should not be a parameter whatsoever for you to consider getting into a relationship. Yeah, because it will just sound like you're getting into this relationship to run away from your problems. It shouldn't be the case. There should be a driving force, an intrinsic driving force that will help you discern a future with this person. You want to meet a soulmate, a person that together you are going to envision the future. You are going to envision the next big step that will lead you into marriage. I think we've all heard about this Christian doctrine, for better, for worse. She who's looking at it for fun will only take half of this doctrine for better, and she doesn't want to look at the other half. For better, and she takes off. Whereas you, who's looking at it for keeps, you will look at the whole doctrine, you'll embrace it for better and for worse, because yours is not a contract. You're looking at it as a lifelong mission. Okay, next, please don't get into a relationship when you are pursuing a very big goal in life. I call it big. Oh yes, if this is something that needs a lot of your focus, your engagement, your attention in order to get the results that are intended, please. For instance, your determining examination is just around the corner. Maybe you are on internship of sorts. Maybe you're on clinical practice. I mean, these are things that really take a lot of your focus, attention, engagement. So if you put on another heavy load like a relationship that is just starting, it gets to be a lethal move. Of course, I know there are geniuses. Geniuses can manage this, and people have come out successful with both. They call it shooting two birds with one stone. But it's not a simple thing. That's why it's better to take one at a time. Even if you really see a guy who's really, really nice, he's really the dream guy you've been looking for, and you see him at that juncture in your life, pretend you've not seen him. at best, you can establish contact. Take his contact, and you'll get back to him, or he will get back to you when this phase of your life has passed. I mean, if he is meant to be for you, he will come back to you. If he's not meant for you, I mean, you will not lose what you didn't have before. Let him go. Okay, then next, don't get into a relationship just after a breakup. This one is a no-no. It's really, really a bloody nose. Just after a breakup, you have to make peace with your past. You have to first give yourself time. Give yourself time to process your feelings. You have to heal fully. Heal yourself. And this just doesn't come easily. It comes with time. Give yourself time before you move on to your next found love. We wouldn't want to go to our next newfound love with all the baggage wearing us down. It won't work. You'll not take it easily because you're gonna be miserable. Even if you tried, it's just there is no way you're gonna deceive your emotions. They'll keep popping. And your misery will override everything. And before you know it, you end up with a heartbreak. Consider that he is not your counselor. He's not supposed to be there counseling you all the time. Neither is he your mother or your father who will understand that, oh, this girl is really under a depression. She needs time to heal. No. He should get his cut. That is all he knows. He also needs his part of the game. He needs pleasure. He needs attention. He needs affection. So, it's better you let yourself heal before you move on to the new relationship. Next, please invest in yourself. Invest in self-care. Prioritize in your needs. If it means gym, please be in the gym as many times as you want. Pay for the best instructors possible. If it means manicure, pedicure, do whatever you want to make yourself look like the person you really want to be. Be satisfied with your looks. And you have to be self-reliant. Use your money to do this. Let him find you when you are independent and self-reliant. Don't wait to get into this new relationship. And then that's when the guy will start noticing that, oh, this hair needs repair. Oh, this lady needs gym. Oh, this girl needs this and this and that. And then he's the one fending for all that. He's the one paying for all this stuff. He will pretend to be doing it with love, but it is not sending a good signal at the back of his mind. He's like, oh no, I have got a dependent. I have got a parasite. These things will be echoing at the back of his mind. You must be very excellent in other sectors of this relationship if this financial problem is going to be ignored. Other sectors, what do I mean? You must be very excellent in the kitchen. You must be super excellent in the bedroom. You must be really, really good for him to see this financial problem as a nothing. The other ones will just override it. I think you understand what I'm saying. If you go by my statistics, let me put it this way. If you are, of course, financially depending on him, I'm going to put you at 20%. If you are doing fairly in the kitchen, maybe you're at 60%. And then in the bedroom, you have to be at 80 or 90%. So that is how he's going to manage to ignore this financial problem that he has, as in fending for you financially. By the way, it is not wrong for him to fend for you financially, but it just sends a negative signal. It's a turn off. Let it come naturally, as you are now an item. When you are now some distance in the relationship, you get to be his responsibility naturally, and that is okay. He will take care of you as a responsibility, and there no one will say anything. It will be just okay. I'm talking of the initial stages of the relationship. You get the guy and you start, expecting, demanding for financial assistance from him. That one will not work well with him. That's why I'm saying you have to compensate it with excellence on other sectors of the relationship. In the kitchen, in the bedroom. Name them. Okay, hope you understood that one. Next, you have to understand the reality of maintaining a relationship. It is not a walk in the park. It is very, very demanding. It takes a lot of commitment and hard work. In fact, it takes a very large part of your mental and emotional space. That is why some people even go hysteric. Way back in high school, we had a girl that would go berserk. She would fall on the ground, roll, pull everything, throw stuff. What, she would be whining like some kind of animal. And at that stage of thinking, we were all thinking she's demon possessed. Then after some time, our matron tells us, no, she's getting episodes of love hysteria. That was my first time hearing that kind of word, love hysteria. I don't know even if it exists till today, but I think there is something in that relation. So she would get up after a few hours, very normal. This kind of thing, love hysteria, it hits you when you're not mentally and emotionally ready or mature enough to handle a relationship. And it doesn't come in one way. Just like I said, she would get, if she fall down making that kind of noise, it can come in any other way. You can lose focus. If you are maybe a student, you lose focus, and you even lose focus on books completely. You can pull out of school just because of that. So you have to understand the reality of maintaining a relationship. So last but not least, just for purposes of this video, be ready to integrate your life with someone else's. Accepting change and that things will not always work in the way that you want them to. You are now two people, my dear. You are two brains. You are two personalities. So there is no perfection in this thing. Remember, you came from different backgrounds, so you don't expect to reason the same. Always know that you really have to compromise in one way or the other, just in order for this relationship to work out. Thank you very much for listening to me. Once again, this is Aunt Ayla. I hope to meet you in the next one, and please don't forget to subscribe.